Welcome to this week's episode of Coffee with a Side of Economics. This week we have a special holiday treat. We join John Devereaux and his wife Brittany as they discuss the economics of gift giving.
With the holiday season upon us, let's look at the inefficiency that occurs as a result of gift giving. Now, normally we only buy something for ourselves if we feel that the item is worth that amount to us. Now, in our principles course, we cover this concept of consumer surplus, which is the difference between what consumers are willing to pay, which we refer to as the reservation price, and what they actually pay. So if this watch is worth $200 to me and I find it at Best Buy for $150, then I just generated $50 worth of consumer surplus. Now with gift giving, it's going to be a little different. I can spend $150 on a gift here for my wife, and she may not value that gift at $150. So this brings about that inefficiency that can be associated with gift giving. So to highlight this, let's look at some gifts that are on a few people's Christmas list this year. And I'll have my wife tell me how much she thinks it'll be worth to her if she were to receive it as a gift. And we're going to see if these transactions are going to be efficient. Now, we will consider a transaction to be efficient if the amount that she values the good at is equal to the amount that I paid for the item. So let's look at this first one. How much would you be willing to pay for this Versace perfume set?
I'd say probably like 60.
Okay. How about for this iPad Pro?
I'd say that probably run about $400.
And then finally, this Western hoodie, since you are a WIU alum.
I have to say about $1 million. No. I'd say probably about 25.
All right. So we see that my wife valued all three of those items way less than what I would have paid for them, which brings about that inefficiency. Now, people tend to value items they received as gifts way less than items that they would have purchased for themselves. So one of the greatest gifts that you can actually give is cash, because the recipient can use that money to buy whatever it is that they want.
I wouldn't necessarily agree. I believe, when giving cash as a gift, there's not a lot of thought process that goes into it, or a lot of time, or a lot of sacrifice, other than, just giving something of yours that was once yours to someone else. And I would also say, when you do get cash, you can purpose it for a certain item, but, in reality, it might go to more of a necessity than a want.
Right, so maybe we can settle in on maybe like gift cards. So that's still cash, but then it's designated for a specific store, so we can ensure that that person goes out and gets a gift for themselves. So that way everybody be more well off. Now, to read a little bit more about this topic, I would highly recommend this book right here. It really dives into this inefficiency of gift giving, and it explains a little bit more. Hope you enjoyed.
Happy Holidays!